If you're a doctor, practice administrator, or marketer working within the healthcare space and want to source patient testimonials that show off how awesome your organization is, you're on the right track. After all, the majority of modern-day consumers read at least 10 reviews before feeling able to trust any type of business. But like anything within the healthcare space, this isn't as easy as it sounds. There's one particular regulation that you have to keep in mind every single workday, or else you risk facing massive fines. Of course, the regulation I'm talking about is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, aka HIPAA. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Moneypenny, and today we're going to go over 4 HIPAA tips you need to keep in mind while sourcing patient testimonials. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, you might as well hit that alert bell icon as well so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. The first and most important HIPAA tip I have for you to keep in mind while you're trying to get more patient testimonials is to make sure that you have permission to share it. A rule of thumb when it comes to testimonials, especially within the healthcare space, is that if you don't have a patient's expressed written consent, don't share it. Reach out to the patient who is or has given their testimonial via email and ask them if it's okay to publish it, post it, or share it on social media. But what's tricky here is that anonymous testimonials won't look as authentic. Attaching a name and a photo to a testimonial makes it more believable and personable. But if you're planning to do that, you need to spell this out with the patient when you're asking for their permission to post a testimonial. If you don't, you could face a fine of $25,000 or more per unauthorized testimonial. My third tip for you is to make sure that you or the participating patient aren't giving away any protected health information by accident. When you find a patient who's willing to publicly share how awesome your practice or healthcare organization is, you'll be thrilled. It's an exciting time. But you have to make sure that you stay focused on your ultimate objective, which is to help and protect your patients. Odds are, your patients aren't as familiar with the regulations surrounding HIPAA. This is why it's so important to make sure that you tell them not to share any overly revealing information in their testimonial. Of course, they can if they want to, if you have their permission since it's their information to begin with, but they may not realize that they don't have to go into specific details if you don't tell them ahead of time. Our final patient testimonial HIPAA tip isn't necessarily required, but it's a good practice. Create an official testimonial release form. Work with your legal team or legal professional to draft a testimonial form that details everything you plan on doing with a testimonial. Once it's complete, send it to every patient who's willing to give their testimonial and have them sign it. This form will ensure that there aren't any loopholes and you'll cover all of your bases in order to protect yourself and your patients. Before patients decide if they want to set up an appointment at your office, they're doing their research. They want to make sure that the healthcare that they receive is the best in their area. Patient testimonials provide a form of social proof that your practice is where they should visit. For more information on HIPAA tips you should keep in mind when sourcing patient testimonials, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.